UOG Vice-Chancellor against education reform. Wanted soldier willing to surrender. And Minister launched Mining Bill 2025 today. A very good evening. This is National EMTV News. I'm Natasha Voy. Thank you for joining us. With the elementary education system being phased out, the University of Goroka has revealed that there is now a high demand for early childhood education program.
As the state-responsible institution, the University of Goroka is meeting the demand for early childhood education program through distant flexible learning mode and direct contact at its various centers in the country.
And the assessments that they do all come back to university. And tutors and the lecturers at the main campus, they correct them. They give marks and then they send. So no one corrects any assessment back in the centers. They all come back. So we maintain quality for our distance and flexible learning. We control it from the main campus. So our numbers are increasing now.
Dr. Waninga said the Education Department has made available 500,000 kina to upgrade the elementary teachers to a diploma certification for early childhood education.
So if they're primary schools and they are basic teachers, general teachers, then we are giving them specific training on mathematics, English, science. So then we are upgrading not just early childhood, but every other content. We have an agreement with NDOE, so we're trying to upgrade, and the content program is now implemented at the university.
And for teachers that do not have content, have signed an agreement to upgrade in content areas. Malinta Yopolo, National EMTV News.
Meanwhile, the Vice-Chancellor of UOG, Stanley, stressed that he is against the government's policy on phasing out grades 8 and 10 examinations.
The Vice-Chancellor noted that examination is a quality screening process.
As a Vice-Chancellor for Teacher Training University, I am not for the idea of phasing out the exams, because the exam is a quality screening process. When you say no exams, you relax everybody. No one will be committed to studying because there is no exam. So we are trying to get all our students right through to grade 12 unfiltered.
He said this will result in no quality checks as students progress into the next grade.
I think there should be more consultation with academics. I think they also should have a conference where we can debate and see the pro and the cons. For me, as an academic who've been teaching for 40 years, I came through grade 6 exam, grade 8, grade 10, 12, then to university entry test. That's quality there.
Dr. Waninga said this reform, regardless of being the government's policy, needs to be debated on by academics.
And I think it's not properly planned through. It's not properly debated. And I think we will get raw materials right through to grade 12, and we might have a lot of problems because lots of expectations, and one test cannot separate quality from quantity. And for me, as an academic and as Vice-Chancellor, I am against it. I have to put it on record that I don't think it's a proper way to allow our students unchecked to get quality.
Malinta Yopolo, National EMTV News.
The National Research Institute report has revealed that the government's decision to abolish grades 8 and 10 examinations will have serious implications on achieving quality education if not comprehensively addressed.
According to the National Research Institute releases Spotlight Volume 18 Issue 2, eliminating grades 8 and 10 exams would result in the following consequences: increasing the number of students and overcrowding in schools. Teachers will face a heavier workload. Remote schools already struggling will face more funding issues. Schools will face infrastructure shortages. No clear alternative assessment framework to replace grades 8 and 10 examinations. And rural schools will face more challenges compared to urban schools due to existing inequalities. However, from the NRI findings, in order to address these problems and create a conducive learning environment is by increasing funding, ensuring the timely release of funds, investing in infrastructure, support teachers, effectively monitoring and evaluating of student performance, and providing clear guidelines on alternative assessments to education standards. If these measures are implemented effectively, PNG can move closer to achieving its Vision 2050 goals and its commitment to Sustainable Development Goal 4, ensuring a brighter future for its students. Lauren Jimal, National EMTV News.
PNG will commemorate the 4th anniversary of the passing of the first Prime Minister, late Grand Chief Sir Michael Thomas Sumare, tomorrow. February 26th is declared a public holiday as per the Department of Personnel Management's circular.
As labelled by many as the founding father of the nation, or Papa Bilang country, and the country's first Prime Minister, late Grand Chief Sir Michael Sumare passed on the 26th of February 2021. This year marks its 4th year anniversary, as the country also prepares to celebrate its 50th independence anniversary. The national government, under the leadership of Prime Minister James Marape, has gazetted every 26th of February to be observed by everyone as a day to remember late Grand Chief and his comrades who have gone for eternity. Prime Minister said for this year he will be with the people of East Sepik Province in Wewak to observe the Remembrance Day.
On the passing date of our Grand Chief, it's a holiday, it's a rest day for us to remember the fathers of our country, including Great Grand Chief Sir Michael Thomas Sumare. Next Wednesday I'll be in Wewak to commemorate his passing. I will be with the East Sepik people. And in the evening of Wednesday, we're hosting a program here in Port Moresby to not only commemorate Grand Chief, but we want to give a special recognition to the fathers and mothers of our country, the generation that bettered our country to be what we are today.
He will then come back to the nation's capital for another event hosted by the National Capital District Commission to commemorate the Remembrance Day. Samantha Solomon, National EMTV News.
The Mining Bill 2025 was launched today by Minister Wake Goy at the Hilton Hotel in Port Moresby.
Following the launch today, all stakeholders, the mining industry, landowners and the public were given 6 weeks to review the draft Mining Bill 2025 and provide their feedback before it goes to Parliament for enactment. Mining Minister said the review of this law began in 2009, 15 years ago, under the leadership of 6 previous mining ministers.
If you have concerns or if you see areas that need refinement, if you want to propose an alternative options to what we are proposing, then we will welcome your comments. However, we will not entertain any comments or actions that tries to sail or prevent the introduction of this bill. I think 15 years is enough. And this year we must bring it to Parliament and have it ready before our 50 years anniversary.
Managing Director of Mineral Resources Authority, Jerry Gary, stressed that there must be good grounds to change any law. He said when laws are changed frequently, things will be unstable and investments will be affected.
There is also a delicate balancing that we need to take on board. We have been operating on this legislation for 33 years, and I think most of what's in that Mining Act 1992 has been inherited prior to the independence of this country. And we are still working on that. We are still using the same framework. And the fundamental question that everyone needs to ask as a stakeholder, every stakeholder should ask, is this law working for us or not? Is it friendlier? Does this law addresses the changing landscape in the business or not?
Before PNG celebrates its 50th anniversary of independence, Minister Goy said he will take this bill to Cabinet for endorsement and then to Parliament for enactment as the Mining Act 2025. Esther Gane, National EMTV News.
The number of female deaths due to pregnancy or childbirth, referred to as the maternal mortality rate of PNG, has seen a decline in the recent years. This was alluded to by the Minister for Health, Elias Kapavore. The decline is seen as an improvement for the country. It is noted that PNG still has one of the highest maternal mortality rate in the region.
We still have statistics.
The decline in infant mortality or the death of babies before their first birthday. The minister acknowledged the improvement to development in road and health services accessibility in the country. However, he also highlights.
At the moment, our statistics says that we only have 40%. 40% of our mothers are coming for supervised deliveries. Only 40%. Both in the hospital and our communities too. Only 40%. Where's the 60%? They're delivering at home. 60% of our mothers today in the country are delivering in their respective homes and stuff.
This emphasizes the need to introduce more concepts to encourage women to seek specialized health care for childbirth. Minister Kapavore alluded to the Malolo House concept as recently introduced in Mulbaya, Western Highlands Province, saying it is something provincial health centers ought to look into, especially in rural areas to help pregnant women. Natasha Ovoy, National EMTV News. National EMTV News continues after the break. Stay with us.
Attention all students, parents and schools. The Smart Start School promotion is back for 2025. Your school could win a school grant worth 44,000 kina. Here's how. Collect 3 empty packets of Smart Start breakfast biscuits, write your name, number and school on an envelope, put the empty packets inside and drop them into an entry box at a registered school. The school with the highest number of valid entries in each region wins. 1,000 consolation prizes also up for grabs. Register your school now with Paradise Foods Limited. Smart Start Breakfast Biscuit, proudly made by Paradise Foods.
Are you tired of standing in those long lines to get your jackpot tickets? Guess what? You never have to with Telecom USSD jackpot ticket purchase. Simply dial *321#, follow the prompts, and you are set for your jackpot draw. It's as easy as 3, 2, 1. Telecom PNG, connecting you anywhere, anytime.
Hi, I'm Chef Jules Hennell, and this is where my true inspiration for cooking started. Like most of us, I learned to cook from my mum. Nothing beats simple recipes where fresh local produce is at the heart, especially when it's a home-cooked meal, prepared and shared with the ones you love. And in PNG, no meal is complete without rice. And my choice is always Trugai. Trugai, true inspiration through generations.
more to what the future holds. You me holy man no walk one time. Oh, 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 oh. We dare to believe in incredible things. Oh, 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 oh. With money plus we're ready to go.
Enjoy. More talk, more text, and more time online with Telecom More Bundles. Choose from 8 plans ranging from 3 kina with 600 megabytes of data all the way up to 75 kina, loaded with a massive 35 gig. Best of all, each plan comes with an unlimited on-network call minutes plus on-net and off-net.
Police Commander for NCD Central, Ben Turi, confirmed this today.
In a media briefing today, Acting Assistant Commissioner and Commander for NCD and Central, Ben Turi, said the soldier who is the suspect of his spouse Lina Nubali's killing, which took place on February 8, is currently in Wewak and has made some phone calls to the police.
The soldier is in Vivek. He has called a number of officers here. He is currently in his home in Isipik and Goram. And he called over the weekend that he is ready to surrender, but when he will surrender to the military police in Moim Barracks. So he is in Vivek. Over the weekend, the officers called me that he wants to call me too on the phone to talk to me, and I said, yeah, call us, and simply go to the police station in Vivek because his family, immediate family, is station commander in Vivek police station with the same name.
Mr. Turi said the suspect also gave some demand before he could surrender.
He asked some demands, and we said, you will not ask us for any demands. You are a suspect, so simply surrender.
He said the suspect had some people who assisted him to escape out of Port Moresby soon after the alleged murder was committed.
So he is in Vivek. And how he gets there, don't ask me the question. His family, the people behind his movement, okay? So you can write it this way. So.
Meanwhile, Turi also gave an update on 2 other murder cases. The first one is killing of 20-year-old Edwina Oa from Kairuku, allegedly murdered by a boyfriend on February 16 in Berena Central, and also the killing of 22-year-old Margaret Gabriel, who was allegedly kidnapped, raped and killed near Rainbow Heights on February 15.
The Berena case is negligent by our police officers. Some good officers from Central Province did their best to make the suspect surrender, also from Goelala. Follow up and question them. So
Turi warned city residents, especially young girls, to do their part in keeping safe, while the police also do their job. Pakatambua, National EMTV News.
DNA samples and related evidence have been secured by the Royal PNG Constabulary forensics experts following the arrest of 3 persons in connection with the murder of a 23-year-old woman in Baruni on Saturday, the 15th of February. The investigative breakthrough follows the appointment of 2 medical professionals as RPNGC special constables, ensuring that critical DNA evidence can be obtained in a timely and professional manner. Commissioner of Police David Manning confirmed the identification and collection of advanced forensic evidence was supported by specialist forensic advisory support from the Australian Federal Police. Commissioner Manning confirmed that while not highly publicized, significant advances in forensics capabilities are being made in partnership with support of regional policing partners. Prime Minister is now in Solomon Island to attend the opening of the Honiara Summit. He will give his speech with more emphasis on the East New Britain initiative, which calls for the processing of marine resources.
The 2025 Honiara Summit will focus on meaningful action and innovation towards achieving SDG 14.4 life below water with a dedicated focus on the conservation and sustainable use of oceans, seas and marine resources for the sustainable development. The summit is expected to welcome over 350 delegates, fostering collaboration and action to secure the future of the Pacific fisheries. The theme of the Honiara Summit is Lumi Tugenda, delivering on SDG 14.4, achieving sustainable fisheries. Prime Minister James Marape had this to say prior to leaving the country for the summit.
Become Prime Minister, I have not visited him in Solomon Islands, so I'm going across to visit him, and later in the afternoon be part of a session in Fisheries, a big international meeting in Fisheries that is taking place in Solomon Islands. PNG, the Southwest Pacific, the Pacific in general have big fishing interests, and that is an important conversation that I'll be part of in a bid to ramp up fish business for our country and for our Pacific Island brother and sister nations.
Prime Minister Marape, while officiating the summit, will put more emphasis on the East New Britain initiative, which calls for the processing of the marine resources like tuna fish caught in the PIF and FFA member countries. The summit started today and will conclude on the 27th of February 2025 at the Honiara National Sports Stadium. Prime Minister Marape was met on arrival by Solomon Island Minister for Foreign Affairs and Trade, Honorable Peter Channel, and senior Solomon Island government officials. Among them was Minister for Fisheries and Marine Resources, Jalta Wong, was also at the airport to welcome Prime Minister. The summit is being hosted by the Solomon Island government with support from the Forum Fisheries Agency, or FFA, made up of member countries of the Pacific Island Forum. Samantha Solomon, National EMTV News.
The new CEO for Laloki Psychiatric Hospital is Dr. Ludwig Nanawar, and the Director for Social Change and Mental Health Directorate is Dr. Nelson Mack. This was announced this afternoon by the new Board of Directorate for Social Change and Mental Health Services. Present at the hospital to make the announcement was the Deputy Chair for the Board of Directorate for Social Change and Mental Health Services, Veronica Yobone.
Now the Directorate, there's a new director in place, and that's Dr. Nelson here. He will be the Director of the Directorate. So that has been, like he said, properly gazetted, and he is now the Director. Now you plug at Nupla CEO, Dr. Ludwig Nanawa is the new CEO.
This appeared a decision clearly acceptable by the staff. The Deputy Chair went on to assure that the former CEO is made aware of this appointment.
So now when we were here, we went straight to the admin office. We had a good chat with the now the former CEO, we served her the notice confirming revocation of her appointment as the CEO. Outgoing CEO has been duly notified of your appointment as well. So I believe that if there was any issues with regard to the position of the CEO or the director, that's been settled now. Now you do not have any issues. Going back to work, provide the necessary service that you provide to the very people that need it.
An optimistic Dr. Nanawar had this to share.
So we're looking forward to normalcy from here on. We have a lot of work to do because of all the impasse and the crisis that happened over about 4 to 5 years. The hospital was downgraded to level 3 by the previous management when it was functioning at level 4. According to the national health service standards, level 4 is rural district hospital, and level 3 is health center level. So that's how badly this hospital was degraded.
The now CEO went on to outline next steps for the hospital.
We still have 31 vacancies to fill. Most of these positions are low, so that's why it's very difficult to attract people to come and work there. So hopefully with the restructure, we can upgrade positions, make them attractive, so people come and work here. So once the recruitment is over and we fill up all the positions, we start looking at the infrastructure. So we aim that by the end of 2028 or so, we should get this hospital back to level 5 at least.
With now a new board, a director and a CEO, it is no denying the hospital hopes to progress further in its road to recovery. Following the news of Pope Francis' health under critical condition, the Catholic Bishop Conference in PNG has explained in the event the Pope passes, there is a process to elect the next Pope by the cardinals.
The Vice President of Catholic Bishop Conference in PNG, His Lordship Bishop Rosario, explained that there is a protocol in place to elect the next Pope.
Or name the Pope from outside. So even if you see those posts, do not spread those kind of news. Again, there are processes in place, protocols in place. When the new Pope is chosen, elected, you will see a white smoke coming out of the chimney in the Vatican, and that is how we know, and they will officially announce. So it is not very good to spread the fake news, especially during this time where the social media is very active. So, but these kind of messages only do harm, they don't do any good. So, request to the general public, leave the process to take place, and then we get the proper news from the proper channels.
He further said all cardinals will elect a next leader of Catholic Church.
Post on YouTube and Facebook, already people are talking, who is the next Pope? So this is the work of the Holy Spirit. When the Pope dies, there is something we call conclave, all the cardinals. They gather together in prayer, reflection, and then so they choose or name or elect the next leader of the Catholic Church.
Bishop Rosario gave an update of Pope Francis' condition, stating that he is already 88 years old and is critically ill.
Winter time, he usually has this breathing problem. He has only one lung when he was young because he had a lung infection. So you know these stories already. So during the winter season, usually he has this asthma and breathing problem. And that's why this year is 2025. We have, we call it a jubilee.
Minister for Fisheries and Marine Resources, Jalta Wong, addressed Pacific Island leaders at the week-long Oniora Summit in Solomon Islands. Minister Wong emphasized on the vision of East New Britain initiative during the meeting.
In his speech at the Pacific Islands Forum Fisheries Agency Conference Center yesterday, Minister Wong highlighted some challenges in the tuna fisheries development in the Pacific: inadequate infrastructure, unreliable utilities, operational costs, limited skilled labor, and geographical remoteness from major markets are the main challenges that he pointed out. The minister told Pacific Island leaders that this challenge can achieve more by working together, which would then create opportunities to develop robust business case that can be pursued with distant water fishing nations, leading fish trading companies and investors. The minister concluded that Papua New Guinea aims to position itself as the regional tuna processing hub, similar to several other Pacific countries. Pakatambua, National EMTV News.
Now we take a look at the NESFAN market report. The kina closed unchanged at $0.2487 in the interbank market. At Bank South Pacific, your kina was buying $0.2412, $0.3775 Australian dollars, €0.2230 euro, and 35.79 Japanese yen. Looking at commodity prices at New York close, gold is trading lower, coffee closed lower, cocoa closed lower, copper closed higher, palm oil closed lower, crude oil is trading higher, and copper closed lower. On the stock market, the Dow Jones closed higher, the ASX 200 is trading lower, and the All Ordinaries is trading lower. National EMTV News continues after the break. Stay with us.
Share the love with Gullah Ice Cream, Gullah Cone Ice Creams, Gullah Stick Ice Creams, and Gullah Classic Tub Ice Creams. Happiness begins with the Gullah range of fun flavors which create taste adventures and excitement with every bite. Treat yourself. Share with a friend while chilling. The whole family will enjoy. Everyone has their favorite. Which one is yours? Share the love with Gullah Ice Creams. Gullah, Gullah, yum.
Dear son, you ask me how I live such a good life. Yes, I've had some good luck, like the day I met your mother. But it wasn't always that way. I've made some good choices too, like working hard and keeping my super with NASFAN. They looked after it for me, which meant I could concentrate on looking after my family, living each day knowing that when the time came, I'd be ready for tomorrow. Love, Dad.
You get big data and big value with Telecom Good Pillar mobile data plans. From only 3 kina, you get 1 gig for 24 hours. And for only 150 kina, you get 130 gigs over a whopping 30 days. And with loads of Good Pillar data plans to choose from, there's a small, medium or large plan to match your budget. Dial *777# to subscribe. Telecom, connecting you anywhere, anytime.
Hi, I'm Chef Jules Hennau, and this is where my true inspiration for cooking started. Like most of us, I learned to cook from my mum. Nothing beats simple recipes where fresh local produce is at the heart, especially when it's a home-cooked meal, prepared and shared with the ones you love. And in PNG, no meal is complete without rice. and my choice is always True Guy. True Guy, true inspiration through generations.
Meet the bank for everyone, everywhere. As People's Microbank, we were proud to be a bank for the people. Now as National Banking Corporation, we are bringing modern banking to all in Papua New Guinea. With more branches and our friendly staff ready to assist you in more places, we are making money matters simple and fair. So wherever you are, however you say it, say hello better banking. Learn more at nbcpng.com.pg.
EMTV News A Closer Look returns for 2025, the current affairs program that brings to you weekly insights for the latest on education, health, 7 p.m. on your number one to watch, EMTV. You're watching National EMTV News. The Minister for Coffee and member for Koroba Lake Kopiago, William Bando, pays respect and shares sorrow with the Western Highlands provincial government during the funeral service of the former police commissioner, late Sir Tawami Kulunga, in Mount Hagen.
Minister Bando and his district administrator Stanley Kutange with his district administration officers came in numbers in convoy of vehicles with a contribution of 8 live pigs and a total of 15,000 kina cash to contribute towards outcry of former police commissioner late Sir Tawami Kulanga in Mount Hagen. During the funeral service, Minister Bando said Koroba Lake Kopiago district came in respect towards the Western Islands provincial member Wairapa and Minister for State-Owned Enterprise and member for Hagen William Duma. He said he would like to show his appreciation to the village and clan of Jiga Melkamp for producing 2 police commissioners in the country. Minister Bando added that in recognition of this, the district came to shed tears and sorrows with the people of Western Islands province during this time of sadness. He further stated that it is not only him coming into Mount Hagen to support his colleagues and friend Honorable Rapa and Minister Duma, but they both also support him during his hard time in Koroba Lake Kopiago. Meanwhile, Provincial Member Wairapa and Minister William Duma thanked Minister Bando and the people of Koroba Lake Kopiago for their support towards Western Islands Province during this mourning period. Edward Luke, National EMTV News, Mount Hagen.
Office of the British High Commission to PNG, in partnership with the Governor-General's Office, presented portraits of King Charles III to the PNG Defence Force today.
Upon receiving the portraits, the commander for PNG Defence Force said such initiative is to further strengthen the relationship PNG has with the Crown.
As we receive the official portrait of His Majesty King Charles III, presented on behalf of His Majesty by His Excellency the Governor-General of the Independent State of Papua New Guinea. This moment is a testament to the enduring bond between Papua New Guinea and the Crown, a relationship built on respect, shared history, and mutual commitment to progress and unity.
He extended his gratitude towards His Excellency, the Head of State and Governor-General Granjiv Sebob Dadai, to bring the portraits to the barracks and present to the PNG Defence Force. The Head of State for the Independent State of PNG, His Excellency Sebob Dadai, while thanking British High Commission for helping in bringing in those portraits, said it is fitting as the King is also the head of Royal Pacific Island Regiment.
It is only fitting that we start this presentation to the PNG Defence Force. The King, as the head of state, is also Colonel-in-Chief of the Royal Pacific Islands Regiment of the PNG Defence Force.
He said PNG's relationship with the British Crown reached far back to the 1800s.
To King George V, King George VI, and Queen Elizabeth II have been a constant feature throughout our nation's history.
The British High Commissioner to PNG, Her Excellency Ian Macrose, said the event attributed to PNG as one of the royal state.
It is an honour to be here today for the presentation of His Majesty King Charles III's official portrait to the PNG Defence Force. This moment is not only a reflection of the close ties between Papua New Guinea and the United Kingdom, but also a tribute to Papua New Guinea as a realm state, one that has maintained a strong relationship with the Crown and the Commonwealth since independence.
She said PNG shared a unique bond with the United Kingdom through the monarch. Macro further said the King's portrait on the wall is a reminder of those shared principles. Samantha Solomon, National EMTV News.
And now moving to overseas news. Fewer critically ill Australians received life-saving organ transplants last year, despite a small increase in the number of donors. But the family of two Gold Coast brothers who received transplants say more families need to give consent so children who need donations have a chance.
Gold Coast twins Theo and Louis have plenty of energy to burn when they get home from school. Getting the boys to sit down for a snack is hard work, though food is clearly one of their favourite topics.
I love lasagna and potato bake. I like potato bake and chocolate bars. And I love the little chocolate balls with jam inside.
While that might sound typical for a couple of 5-year-olds, for this pair it's a big deal.
Louis and Theo were diagnosed with congenital nephrotic syndrome when they were 5 weeks old. Pretty much from there our life has been very busy with hospital appointments, medications, lots of restrictions.
It took probably 3 years before Theo reached end-stage renal failure, and then Louis was probably a little bit further behind that.
Both boys needed dialysis every night for a year to stay alive. There were many things they couldn't eat, and they could only have a limited amount to drink each day and were often thirsty.
Unfortunately for Theo, he was really hit hard with that because he loved to have water. And he was starting to eat chalk and sand and all sorts of things, just trying to quench his thirst.
That all changed late last year when both boys received life-saving kidney transplants within weeks of each other.
National EMTV News continues after the break with Chukai Sports. Stay with us.
With Telecom more bundle plans ranging from 3 kina with 600 megabytes of data all the way up to 75 kina loaded with a massive 35 gig. Best of all, each plan comes with an unlimited on-network call minutes plus on-net and off-net talk and text. That's way more time to chat with family and friends. Telecom more bundles. Top up now.
Dear son, you ask me how I live such a good life. Yes, I've had some good luck. Like the day I met your mother. But it wasn't always that way. I've made some good choices too, like working hard and keeping my super with NASFAN. They looked after it for me, which meant I could concentrate on looking after my family. Living each day, knowing that when the time came, I'd be ready for tomorrow. Love, Dad.
Hi, I'm Chef Jules Henao, and this is where my true inspiration for cooking started. Like most of us, I learned to cook from my mum. Nothing beats simple recipes where fresh local produce is at the heart, especially when it's a home-cooked meal, prepared and shared with the ones you love. And in PNG, no meal is complete without rice. And my choice is always True Guy. True Guy, true inspiration through generations.
Are you tired of standing in those long lines to get your jackpot tickets? Guess what? You never have to with Telecom USSD jackpot ticket purchase. Simply dial *321#, follow the prompts, and you are set for your jackpot draw. It's as easy as 3, 2, 1. Telecom PNG, connecting you anywhere, anytime.
Join me on House and Home for all your home and lifestyle improvements.
I'm living business, Lomilo. Okay, boss, Lomi, kay Lomi.
From Hatok Mom, health and fitness, interest stories, gardening tips, out and about, pet care, and many more. Join me every Tuesday, 7 p.m. on your number one to watch, EMTV.
Trukai Sports.
Welcome to Trukai Sports. 4 PNG Kumuls players visited Kumul Petroleum Holdings Limited seismic project site to strengthen ties between industry, sports and local communities in Gulf and Western Province.
The players, namely Valentine Richard, Junior Rob, Sakias Komati, and Robert Matthias, observed the operations of the 79-kilometer 2D seismic survey currently being carried out by Oil Min. Each player spent 2 nights in the field, rotating between the bridging and drilling crews to gain a comprehensive understanding of these critical roles. The players also presented signed Kumuls jerseys and Oil Min branded rugby balls to the bridging, drilling and base camp crews. This gesture is to celebrate their commitment and reinforce the strong team culture within the project. The players, along with Oil Min and Kumul Petroleum Holdings Limited community affairs teams, extended their visit to the Kamusi and Kayam primary schools, where they encouraged the students to take their education seriously. They also distributed signed Kumuls jerseys and Oil Min rugby balls. It was a collaborative effort between Holdings Limited and Kumul Petroleum Holdings Limited. The visit displayed the positive impact of collaboration beyond the playing field and oil and gas exploration. Lauren Jimal, Trukai Sports.
The prestigious SP Sports Awards was officially launched today in Port Moresby.
The launching marks the 33rd edition and will feature 13 categories under the theme Legend of Sports, 50 Years of Excellence and Inspiration. SP Brewery Corporate Affairs Manager John Neil Carre highlighted the nomination process, stating that the online nominations have been proven successful.
This esteemed event has been made possible through partnership between South Pacific Brewery, the PNG Olympic Committee, and the PNG Sports Foundation. As we gather to celebrate the outstanding milestones and achievements in sports, we are reminded of those unforgettable moments when our favorite athletes crossed the finish line or scored the winning goal. Sports has the unique power to unite the people and inspire a nation to strive for victory.
Linking this year's edition with the country's 50th anniversary, PNG Olympic Committee President Emma Waiwai gave every marks.
National federations, I think the other important thing is we've probably been in existence longer than the country's independence. Many of the sports have also been in existence for a really long time. So as you choose as you nominate athletes for this year's awards, like the theme is, it's about reflecting back on the 50 years of sport and how have you as a national federation also, what you've achieved over the 50 years, let's say.
PNG Sports Foundation CEO Micah James shared same sentiments and also acknowledged the partnership.
Now, to the national federations, it is important. I think it's for the first time I'm beginning to see that collaboration between PNG Sports Foundation and the national federations, including PNGOC and our stakeholders, in terms of what we should do and what you should do as national federations. It is not good for us as the government to continue to micromanage some of the things you can do best. So that's the kind of the vision that I have, that we can share responsibilities, share resources, and together we can make a difference.
The nominations can be submitted through the online portal, mail or hand delivery entries to the PNG OC office. Jonathan Sibona, Trukai Sports.
Trukai Sports continues after the break. Stay with us.
Trukai Sports.
Accept the challenge. Choose PNG's favorite purified bottled water. True Wara, 100% PNG made.
Proudly bottled by Paradise Foods. You get big data and big value with Telecom Good Pillar mobile data plans. From only 3 kina, you get 1 gig for 24 hours. And for only 150 kina, you get 130 gigs over a whopping 30 days. And with loads of Good Pillar data plans to choose from, there's a small, medium or large plan to match your budget. Dial *777# to subscribe. Telecom, connecting you anywhere, anytime.
Dreaming for more than the life we've known. There is more to what the future holds. You may hold him and walk one time. Oh, 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 oh. We dare to believe in incredible things. Oh, 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 oh. With money plus we're ready to go.
Join me every Thursday night as Sports Scene brings to you all the local and international sporting updates. Revisiting our legendary athletes,
Hi, this is David Mead.
highlighting our local sports developments across the nation,
All eyes on top of them. Now an NRL team based here.
To create a pathway.
and our talented rising stars.
Hi, my name's Gemma Schnobel and you're watching
all the younger ones would follow.
Sports Scene, Thursday nights at 7 p.m. only on your number one to watch, EMTV.
Are you tired of standing in those long lines to get your jackpot tickets? Guess what? You never have to with Telecom USSD jackpot ticket purchase. Simply dial *321#, follow the prompts, and you are set for your jackpot draw. It's as easy as 3, 2, 1. Telecom PNG, connecting you anywhere, anytime.
Hi, I'm Chef Jules Hennell, and this is where my true inspiration for cooking started. Like most of us, I learned to cook from my mum. Nothing beats simple recipes where fresh local produce is at the heart, especially when it's a home-cooked meal, prepared and shared with the ones you love. And in PNG, no meal is complete without rice. And my choice is always True Guy. True Guy, true inspiration through generations.
You're watching Chukai Sports. Now moving to overseas sports. New Zealand is through to the semi-finals of the Cricket Champions Trophy following a 5-wicket win over Bangladesh in Pakistan. Meanwhile, Australia says 400 could be a pass score in the sides' clash against South Africa tonight.
Australia is the tournament's reigning champion and successfully chased down 352 runs against England. Given Australia's inexperienced bowling attack, wicketkeeper Alex Carey
they'll be strong throughout the tournament, but I feel like, our confidence is high.
And that ends Chukai Sports. The Money Plus weather report is next. Stay with us.
Chukai Sports. Chukai Sports.
Hi, I'm Chef Jules Hennell, and this is where my true inspiration for cooking started. Like most of us, I learned to cook from my mum. Nothing beats simple recipes where fresh local produce is at the heart, especially when it's a home-cooked meal, prepared and shared with the ones you love. And in PNG, no meal is complete without rice. And my choice is always Trukai. Trukai, true inspiration through generations.
You get big data and big value with Telecom Good Pillar mobile data plans. From only 3 kina, you get 1 gig for 24 hours. And for only 150 kina, you get 130 gigs over a whopping 30 days. And with loads of Good Pillar data plans to choose from, there's a small, medium or large plan to match your budget. Dial *777# to subscribe. Telecom, connecting you anywhere, anytime.
Attention all students, parents and schools. The Smart Start School promotion is back for 2025. Your school could win a school grant worth 44,000 kina. Here's how. Collect 3 empty packets of Smart Start breakfast school now with Paradise Foods Limited. Smart Start breakfast biscuit, proudly made by Paradise Foods.
Hi kids, I'm Steffi. Join me on Kids Corner for story time, simple and creative arts and crafts, career corner, nature time, field trips, and not forgetting our cartoons and children entertainment shows. Join me every weekdays from 3:30 to 5:30 for Kids Corner on your number one to watch, MTV.
Enjoy more talk, more text, and more time online with Telecom More Bundles. Choose from 8 plans ranging from 3 kina with 600 megabytes of data all the way up to 75 kina, loaded with a massive 35 gig. Best of all, each plan comes with an unlimited on-network call minutes plus on-net and off-net talk and text. That's way more time to chat with family and friends. Telecom More Bundles. Top up now.
Remember the joy of playing with your toys as a child? At Money Plus, we believe that every small business deserves a chance to build and grow. That's why we offer asset financing.
Now chance to building something new, to see a different point of view. With Money Plus we're ready to go.
Mipla Halivim Wari Belong You.
This weather update is proudly brought to you by Money Plus, with you always.
Now looking at the weather report for the next 24 hours for the southern region. Port Moresby City, mostly cloudy with rain showers, and Popondetta, cloudy with rain showers, drizzles, and possible thunderstorms.
The weather update was proudly brought to you by MoneyPlus, with you always.
And that wraps up the news, sports and weather for Tuesday, the 25th of February, 2025. From all of us here, pleasant viewing and good night.
This news program was proudly brought to you by Smart Start Breakfast Biscuits and Gold Nuggets.
It's Smile O'Clock. It's Smile O'Clock.